One day, my friend Beatriz came today with me to the cafeteria and she started to talk to me about a company called EF that sells courses online for English or the chance to go to another country to learn another language, learn English for business or prepare for the TOEFL exam. She told me that she was part of one group of them called ambassadors and that the mission of the members was to motivate friends to buy some course to EF. Benefits for she was free courses, iPads or cameras, or even the chance to get a free flight. Later that same night in my house I make a research about EF. I was very stunning about my findings. EF stands for Education First and is an international company that was born in 1965 in Sweden. They come to Mexico in 1979. The first offices were in Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey, and because the success of the strategy of growth of EF in Mexico, they take the decision to expand to Brazil due to the strong demand there in 1983. The main reasons or factors for expand to Brazil was that the kids and young men there have vacations when other countries hasn't. The man who was in charge of the expansion in America was a different thinking about what a language course should be. The man in charge of the expansion in Latin America was a real pioneer on many levels. His attitude and strategy was so modern, way ahead of his time. Everybody else in the language business wanted to stay put, but he wanted to expand to new territories. Entry to the market in Latin America was a real challenge. Mexico was one of the first countries where EF aimed. They grow slowly, but they do it. They start to expand later in other Latin America countries. They are now in Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, and others. I found interesting the way a country could use a business model focused in the language and how they do it. This business born in Sweden, and the official language are German, French, and Italian, and they use the English to have success internationally. They took advantage by using something of other country and they have success. I'm trying to think of reason and the only thing that I can think of is this. For the business mind, it's easier to identify business ideas in other cultures. We already know it. It's happening with Mexico. There are companies that are using the Mexican culture as a business model and they have success in other countries. Days later, I talked with my father of this school. I said to him that I wanted to go to Canada to study with EF. I told him everything I know about them, and when I finished my tale, he asked me, why would you have to go to Canada to study English? You can learn here like your cousins. I have speechless. And then I answered, my dream always has been to travel around the world and learn new things, and I'm not willing to give up on that. Then one day we go to the offices in Monterrey for an event that will take place there. We met Gabby, the girl that will become my assessor for my trip. She told us everything about the courses in other country, that I was going to stay in a host family and share bedroom with someone else from another country, that the food was included and the transportation was easy. They also can arrange my flight for a special price because they have these arrangements with the airlines. They also will have helped me to get my electronic travel authorization or ETA, that is the document I need to enter to Canada as a student. Also, she talked to me about the possibility to become an ambassador and told us that some girl earned the chance to go to the Olympics of Rio de Janeiro with them for free. She earned my father with that. My father supported me, and my mother too, but I also must contribute with something. So I was to Texas to work with my big brother to pay my course. I worked for in the remodeling of houses. I learned how to work with ceramic and wood, and it was a great job, and the pay was good. Now I'm back in home after 1 month of course in Vancouver with the EF. It was really great and I do really learn a lot. I stayed with a Canadian family and my roommate was from France, so the only thing I have in common with this guy was English. The classes were great and the teacher was very prepared. Every day was different, new activities, and the technology in this school is very important. We go to the Stanley Park that is like 3 or 4 times bigger than Fundidora is. Back in Mexico, I still have the opportunity to learn English because EF gave me for free 6 months of online classes. I'm still in contact with that family and my French buddy.